having a schedule is critical. If we treat this like a real job, we'll get real results. And just like any other career or job, we have a schedule. We're expected to stick to that schedule, and real estate is no different. So here's a schedule that I would start with, and you can adapt it whether you're selling full-time or part-time, depending on your income. Okay. So having a session where you role play in the morning prior to prospecting is important, because if you start to role play at 7:30, you'll now make a conscious decision whether you're going to actually make live calls at 8 o'clock. So having five different role play partners, one per day, starting at 7:30, should be in your schedule. Okay. Starting at 8 o'clock, you start calling your leads, starting off with, let's say, the new expires as an example, and you don't stop making the calls until you hit your contact goal for the day. A lot of people will want, so what time should I prospect? Should I prospect them from 8 to 11 or 8 to 10, 2 hours, 4 hours? And my answer is it's never to the clock. It's always to how many contacts you make for the day. So what you're going to do is you're going to start at 8 o'clock and you're not going to stop until you hit your contact goal. Let's just say 20 contacts as an example. Once you hit your contact goal, at that point, you did what you're supposed to do for the day, which that goal is connected to your yearly goal, your GCI goal. Then the next thing in your calendar would be your lead follow-up. This is where you're going to get a lot of your business. So it has to be in your calendar and it needs to be done every single day. After your lead follow-up is done, you're probably going to take lunch, right? And then if you're going to be a strong listing agent or you're inspired to be a strong listing agent, your calendar should have some appointments in there for your listing appointments. So as an example, you could have a listing appointment at 1:30 and another one at 3:30. They would be placeholders in your calendar. Okay. So if you don't have an appointment at 1:30 and it's lunch is over, you have and if you don't have a money-making activity to accomplish at this point, money-making activity would be, let's say, negotiating a contract, working with a hot buyer, negotiating a home inspection. If there's no money attached to that activity, what I would be doing at that point is delegating it or putting it off in the off hours, like early morning or later in the day after dinner time. But your calendar from, let's say, 7:30 to 5 o'clock should be set up there for money-making activities. So therefore, if you don't have a listing appointment in the afternoon, then getting back on the phones would be my next line of order to making sure that you're getting more business.